Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Tyler, the uncool, uncool fool Greer, and we are doing our first live stream for fantasy football. We're going to answer all your Week 12 questions and answers. So whatever you have, just let us know. We're here for you. So, anyways, I just kind of posted on there on Facebook that we're live. So hopefully some of you got that, and will check us out. I'm just going to say some stuff here for you. Just kind of some stuff that's going on right now. A lot of the COVID stuff's going on, so there's a lot of guys who might play, might not play this week. The whole Denver Broncos QB's out for whatever reason, and they all tested negative. So yeah, so good luck on that. So don't play any Broncos obviously this weekend. We were not high on Melvin Gordon or Philip Lindsay to start with, so now we're not going to be good on anybody else. So Noah Fant, anybody else that you have on the Broncos, just don't even play them. So anyways, the game that was on Thursday night got switched to Tuesday night with the Steelers and Ravens. So this is kind of crazy. It's got like a big old cluster here. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if they're going to play. One of the things, the suggestions that I was thinking about the other day is if this doesn't happen, what they could do is, if you're the NFL, which kind of makes a little bit of sense, is have the Steelers-Ravens game on Thursday night, but have it count for Week 12. And then the next two games for Week 13 for the Ravens and Steelers is have it on a Tuesday night. So you'd have two Tuesday night games with both those teams in it. And then Week 14, you could put their schedule back to Sunday. So that way they have a 5-day break, and then a 5-day break. So that way they're not going to crush themselves or kill themselves. So anyways, just an idea. I thought I'd throw it out there, just see what happens and all that stuff. So just some stuff for you. So anyways, hopefully some people will come on and check it out and have some questions for me, and I'll help you out with whatever the answers are. One of the things that people are asking a lot is about Wayne Gallman Jr. So the New York Giants played the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals have given up the 4 rushing TDs in the last 4 weeks to running backs. So if you have Gallman, go ahead and play him. It'd be a great decision to have. So just kind of throw it out there for you. So hopefully I'll get this information before the start of the games. So with the Steelers now too, James Conner's out this week. I would kind of hide away from all the running backs if he's out, because the Steelers are going to play running back circle now with Benny Snell and the other guy they have. So I would just be careful of that. So that probably is going to lead to more passing yards for Ben Roethlisberger. So in essence, that's probably going to help the wide receiver core. So if you have Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Juju, that's where probably everything's going to go. So just be really careful with that. So that means the Steelers are probably going to rush less and throw more. But with the throwing, they're probably going to, instead of running the ball, they're probably going to do some screens, some wide receiver screens, some short screens like that. Have the wide receivers block, because Juju's a really good blocker, and so he'll probably lead the way for Claypool and for Deontay Johnson. So it's just some stuff that's probably what's going to happen on Tuesday. With the Ravens, RG3 is going to be their starting quarterback as of right now. We had Lamar Jackson's a bust anyways, so that's not going to really change anything with that whatsoever. RG3 just basically takes Lamar Jackson's place. The Ravens' offense as a whole, if they don't have Ingram or J.K. Dobbins, is going to be brutal. And now Mark Andrews is out possibly with COVID. So if you have any piece of the Ravens' offense, it's going to be brutal. If you have the Steelers' defense, they might be the best ranked defense this week. With all that being said, the Ravens are basically not going to have their starting quarterback, their 2 starting running backs, their starting tight end. So there's 4 pieces. So they're starting to look like the San Francisco 49ers now, which is pretty bad. So we'll see what happens on all that. So anyways, if you have any questions, comments, please throw them down on there. Let me know. I'll be happy to answer them all. So if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. So just let me know. So this week, the Seattle and the Eagles, a lot of the guys are trying to figure out who to play with the Eagles wide receivers. So Dallas Goedert will be a really nice play. And also, too, if you had to pick a wide receiver from the Eagles, because just in my mind, the game script, the Seahawks are going to get out to a lead in the beginning. I think the Eagles are going to have to play catch-up. So Miles Sanders will probably be a nice option, but I wouldn't put him as somebody I would play a lot or put a lot of trust in this week with that. Just my opinion. I would probably lean more on Fulcrum because they have a 32nd ranked defense, passing defense. Seattle does. Now they are getting better. They got a couple more pieces back with the trade with the Bengals for the Carlos Dunlap, and also Jamal Adams coming back. He's always a nice piece, and he's basically their fourth linebacker. So you just got to be aware of Jamal Adams at all times. So that is something I'd be very weary about, something that I would just be cautious about. So, but as a whole, there's not a whole lot of Eagles that are worth playing at all this week. So if you do play them, good luck. But yeah, so that's gonna be a really tough one here for you. So I'm just gonna look at some of my notes real quick here for me. I wrote everything down. So one of the games, let's see, we'll just go over some of the games here real quick. So the Cardinals and Pats. So both those teams are bottom 10 against the rushing. So any kind of rushing you have this week. So if you have Kenyon Drake, Chase Edmonds, obviously Kyler Murray on the Cardinals. For the Patriots, if you have James White to a little bit of extent, mostly their bell cow, Cam Newton and oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the other guy, the other running back, 37, Damian Harris. So those are the guys that you would want to play. With that being said, especially Damian Harris, he's gonna have a killer week this week. The Patriots are gonna want to slow and grind down the game like crazy. He's gonna be the main guy. So with that one, so check it out. He's gonna be great. He's gonna do lots of great things for you. Another game that we're going to talk about is going to be the Falcons and Raiders. So the Falcons have a really nice rushing defense, so a lot of people don't realize that. So with that, be very cautious of playing Josh Jacobs this week. For whatever reason, he's really high in the rankings against the Falcons. People apparently don't understand that the Falcons can't guard anybody in the wide receiver. Their secondary, their backfield is not that great. The Falcons have a decent linebacking core, a nice front four. So if you have Josh Jacobs, be cautious with them. Don't start him and expect him to get the points he's supposed to get. It's just not going to happen. On the other side, the flip side, the Raiders. On the flip side of the Falcons, it is known that Todd Gurley's out. Brian Hill is the guy you want to pick up. He's played most of the time in Todd Gurley's absence. Ito Smith is the other guy on the roster. He's only done about 20 plays this whole year, so Hill will be the guy they're going to have. So he's actually, in my opinion, I think he's a better option than Gurley at this point. I think Gurley is a nice player, but I don't think he's the player he once was. So if you expect Gurley to do MVP stuff, if you expect him to do a whole lot, he's not. He's basically a touchdown-dependent running back now, which is tough to say because he's such a superb athlete. So, but yeah, just really tough. And then on the Raiders side, so if you have Nelson Aguilar, go ahead and play him. And same with Darren Waller. Those are the two guys you want to play this week for the Raiders. The Falcons are 31st in the league against the passing, so they're really, really brutal with all that. So just be careful with that. So anything like that, if you can still pick up Nelson Aguilar and throw him in, if you're not too sure about your wide receivers, if you have like a receiver on the Eagles, the Broncos right now, anything like that, even to an extent, the Bears too as well, or the Packers. Other than Devontae Adams, you probably need to pick up a receiver in that game. So just be really cautious about that, and that'd be the way to go. So, also some more injury news. Tua for the Broncos is going to be out this week. So Ryan Fitzmagic is going to be taking over. Got Jefferson, Woods, and Samuel. Hey, Josh Johnson, how you doing, buddy? Got Jefferson, Woods, and Samuel starting, but I consider placing Cole Beasley in place of them, leaning towards changing Samuel and Beasley. Okay. Josh, thank you for the question, brother. So this week, I'm not really the biggest fan of Justin Jefferson. This week, with Adam Thielen being out, I would stick with him. He's going to be basically their only receiver they're going to have. The Vikings have a really nice schedule this week. Sorry, bro. Let me look at who they're playing real quick off the top of my head. I know they're not playing the best team. Give me 1 second. They're playing the Panthers, brother. So the Panthers are 19th against the pass. They give up 246 yards a game without Adam Thielen in there. All those yards are going to go to Justin Jefferson, so I'd look for that. Obviously, Dalvin Cook is going to be a huge part of the game. So Woods, I would keep Woods in. Woods is the number one guy. San Francisco does have a tough pass defense. The only substitution I would think or I would do possibly would be switching Woods for Beasley. With that being said, so Buffalo this week. Let me see who they play. Sorry, brother. I don't have the entire schedule memorized. I should though. Sorry, that's my fault. Let me see Buffalo. Buffalo. Okay, so they play the Chargers. So playing the Chargers are number 12th against the pass. They don't have really a slot guy. They're much better against the outside receivers than they are the slot guy. So I would do Beasley for Woods possibly, but that'd be the only change I would do. And Curtis Samuel, I would stay with him starting. Teddy Bridgewater's back, and the Curtis Samuel without Christian McCaffrey, he's a much more valuable option because he's also a little bit of the running back. He gets all the receptions too as well. So I would stick with Samuel on that too as well. So thanks for the question, brother. We appreciate it. So thank you very much. I hope that answered everything. I would basically just stick with what you got. Woods is a stud. Jefferson's going to be a really nice play this week. He's projecting me in the top 20. And then I would stick with Samuel. I know Beasley's a really nice guy too as well, but that's just my opinion on there. The only thing I really think about doing is maybe switching Woods for Beasley. But other than that, man, you have a solid lineup this week for your starting wide receivers, man. Good luck to you, Josh. I hope you get the W, brother. So cheers to you. Thank you very much for the question. So anyway, so getting back on everything. Also, too, DeForest Buckner for the Colts is out this week with COVID as of right now. So if you have the Titans, Derrick Henry, I expect him to have a little bit more yards than what was projected at first. So that'll be a really nice thing to have. So with that being said, with the Titans, be very careful and cautious with A.J. Brown. With him coming in and going out, and against the Colts defense, that's going to be a tough start. I think I feel more comfortable this week starting Corey Davis than A.J. Brown, just for the fact that A.J. Brown is going to have Xavier Woods. He's going to be blanketed all game long. So if you do have that, just make sure that's how you would want to do that one. So Corey Davis over A.J. Brown, in my opinion, this week. You're going to have a tough matchup no matter what. On the flip side, with the Colts, I think I would really like Phillip Rivers this week. Michael Pittman Jr. had a really nice week last week. The Tennessee Titans have a tough time guarding everybody. So if you have anybody on the Colts wide receiver this week for Pittman, I would play him. Also, too, on the Colts, Jonathan Taylor's out this week. So Raheem Hines is going to be your stud that you're going to want to pick up this week. When they played the Titans on Thursday night a couple weeks ago, he went off on the Titans. He torched them. He had 2 touchdowns. I don't know if he's going to have those big of numbers, but I expect very similar stats with him this week. So if you have Raheem Hines, go ahead and play him with confidence, put him in your lineup. So he is somebody I would definitely look at to play this week. So another recap. So we're going to recap the Thursday night games too as well. So Thursday night, it was the Dallas Cowboys against the Washington Redskins. If you watched our previous video, which nobody really did yet. I know we kind of had really bad timing on it, but we hit on Antonio Gibson. We had that boom. So that was a great call on our part. Our bus was the entire Cowboy receiver. We missed it with Amari Cooper. And it's just really hard with the Cowboys to really trust anybody because they lost 2 more offensive linemen. Zeke is not doing anything at all this year. It's always like a hit or miss game with him, with Andy Dalton back there now too. So it's really tough to see what they're going to do. So going forward, I would be very hesitant on playing Zeke any week. He's just really taking a fall. He's taking a hard dive this year. So for those who spent a high 3rd or 4th pick overall on him, it's been a rough year no matter how you slice it. So the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions. A couple previous videos we talked about the Houston Texans. What you want to do is get every single guy that can catch a ball on that team. We talked about Akins as a tight end. He did not have a great game this week, but he's somebody that you might want to pick up for future for maybe the playoffs too as well. The Texans are the worst rush team in the league. It showed again this week. Duke Johnson only had like 37 yards. He had more yards in the air passing on one play when he got the touchdown basically than he had rushing all game. So Brandon Cooks, Will Fuller, obviously those guys are must starts. Deshaun Watson, he's coming back into form. And the great thing about him is if Deshaun Watson, if he was on a team that actually had a good record, he would be in the MVP talk too as well. So I mean, he's basically having a Kyler Murray year, just on a team that's not that great. So it's kind of a bummer here for us, but that's okay. Next game we're going to talk about going in this week is the Browns and Jags. So this week, I mean, it's going to be rough. In our previous video, we stated that it's going to be the Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt show. So if you have either one of those guys, go ahead and put him in and play him with confidence. Nick Chubb's probably going to get 20 carries. I bet he's going to get at least 100 yards this week. Jacksonville can't stop anybody on the defense or rush. On the defensive side, pass or run. So so play those guys, man. Have no fear with it. Just go. Those guys are going to crush it, man. Nick Chubb probably get you a touchdown. Kareem Hunt will probably get you a touchdown. It's going to be freaking awesome. All right, I officially have no viewers. Yeah. So, anyways, for the Jags, this week, DJ Chark's out. Our bust was Robinson. We're going to stick with Robinson. He's not going to do anything this week, so that's just how it's going to be. So, Bengals and Giants, we went over this one. The guy who's going to crush it this week on that one is going to be Daniel Jones. If you got Daniel Jones, man, just play him. If he's on your waivers, he's going to be a top 5 QB this week. I'm just going to throw it out there, man. I have no problem with nobody watching this video whatsoever to say it's I will not be wrong. So, anyways, I hope y'all got some good information. I'm going to keep talking here. I'm going to promote us some more, see if I can get a couple more people over here, see if I can get some more people. See what's going on. Anybody? Okay, just check. All right, stay so I'll call you back. Let's see if that helps. Hey, okay, cool. We got somebody back. So, hey, what's going on? Our one follower. Thank you for checking us out this morning. So, I know there's a lot going on. You're trying to do your lineups, make them right, so you can get that win. So, we're here to help you with all that here for you. So, next thing we're going to talk about is the Giants and Bengals. The Bengals are 29th against the league, 136 yards. And if you've been watching any of the last Giants couple games, Daniel Jones has been running like a madman. Wayne Gallman Jr. is running with a chip on his shoulder. So if you got either one of those guys playing this week, they're going to do really nice things to get for you. The Bengals have a terrible defense, to say the least. They can't stop anybody whatsoever. So they are officially rebuilding now with their franchise QB tearing his ACL, MCL, PCL, ligaments, everything else in between. So speedy recovery, young man. I hope you get back on the field. You were a good guy to watch, brother. So anyways, speedy recovery, Mr. Joe Burrow. So we're going to flip the page here. We're going to talk about some other games here. All right. There we go. So got it. So one of the night games we're going to talk about is the Bears and Packers. So basically, Mitchell Trubisky is going to be the Bears quarterback this week with Nick Foles out. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens in that game for the most part. So this week we have a boom for that week. It's going to be Aaron Jones. So if you have the Packers running back this week, he's going to rush it. They're going to be freaking awesome. Jeez, I hate that shit, dude. All right, cool. So, all right, now one of the games that I'm very interested in is going to be the Bucks Chiefs this week. So this game's going to be freaking cool to watch. So both these teams, so it's kind of cool because the Bucks are really one of the better passing offenses in the league, and the Chiefs are one of the better passing defenses in the league. Now the Chiefs can't stop the run, and the Bucks are okay at the run. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that balances out. So my expectations is Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette are going to have a little bit on the better side of the games this week. Now the Bucks, to keep the Chiefs offense off their end, they're going to have to grind the ball. They're going to have to run the ball. So with that being said, that's why I expect that to happen. With the Chiefs, they're air raid offense. They're going to pass the ball. They're going to pass. So what's going to happen is the Bucks are going to have to grind it down. So the first quarter is going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out because the Bucks, if they can rush, if they can have a nice long possession, it's going to make a huge difference on there. I hate that shit, dude. Oh, thanks for poking me, brother. It's weird. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. I know nobody's paying attention or watching, so it's all good. So, no, here's my coffee cup. I probably need a picture. I'll let me drink it. All right. Well, thanks for everybody who watched the live stream. All 2 of you, we appreciate that. So, anyways, good luck to you on Sunday. Josh Johnson, thank you for asking the question, brother. We really appreciate that. So, good luck to you all on. Good luck to you all on this week 12. It's been one of the weirdest weeks ever. All right, so it's been one of the weirdest, strangest weeks ever with the COVID testing and everybody doing whatever they're doing. So, anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Stay blessed. Thank y'all very much. Hope y'all had lots of turkey, lots of stuffing, all the other stuff, pie, ice cream, and all the good traditional stuff. So, God bless y'all and thank y'all very much. Take care. Bye.